Hello, Gemini. I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm seeing something here about generosity. It seems like there may be a moment where you can either keep to yourself or you can maybe offer or give something. What it looks like to me is that by you putting yourself out there or taking an extra moment possibly for another person, or like being generous within a situation, it looks like that is going to be returned to you. Interesting. Let's see what else is going on. So maybe you're taking an extra moment to do something or to give back in some way. Starting with the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles. There's importance here when it comes to connecting. Having the opportunity to connect in a way that you want to. In a way where you feel the way that you're showing up and what you're willing to give is going to be matched by whatever this is that you're giving to. It can be a connection, a relationship, it can be even a project that you want to work on, can have to do with your personal life, can have to do with job, whatever this is, where you wanted to feel this sense of connection and like have a new opportunity. I'm even seeing it be like a new crop that is popping up within your like field of dreams, your field of manifestations, something that you want and something that whatever it is that you're putting in, it's like you're going to see that returned to you. I'm hearing amplified. So it feels very much like the energy that you're giving, the energy that you're connecting with, like what you're bringing to the table, this is what you are going to see returned. I'm seeing a bat here. Yeah, returned, amplified again with the Ten of Pentacles. It's like you may put something in, and rather than just you seeing a return that is equal to it, it's going to be like, I'm seeing a tidal wave coming through with the Ten of Pentacles. It's a moment where like somebody asks you for $1. I'm seeing this be a metaphor. Somebody asks you for $1 and you give it to them, and it's like later on you get like $100 back. It's something like this. But I'm seeing this be like energetically the way that you are, the energy that you are bringing into a situation, like what you're giving of yourself, what you are bringing to the table. And something really fantastic coming from that. So it's all about like the spirit that you're entering a space in, and this is the type of energy that you're going to see returned, but like tenfold is what I'm getting here. I'm hearing it all depends on how you do it. I'm seeing the I'm getting something about like bounce back or something being returned to you. This feels very much like the perspective in which we are seeing things from, like what we are viewing around us is also about like the lens that we're looking through. It's about understanding that what you are looking for is what you are going to see looking back at you. So it's like if you're looking for joy. If you're holding joy within your heart and you're looking at situations through that lens, that's what you're going to see reflected back at you. If you are looking from a space of fear, you may perceive things as like, this is safe, this is not, I need to be careful over here. You know, it's all about the perception and the type of like energetic lens that we are seeing things through and how we're behaving in relation to that. What types of connections we're breeding as well. Yeah, there's a really big emphasis here on like your actions and what they are, what types of outcomes they are related to. It's like specifically connected when it comes to like the things that you are receiving within your life. It is specifically connected to the type of energy that you are like putting into the things that you're doing, the actions that you're taking. So this is about looking within, checking within, and asking yourself, what are you seeing as a product around you, and is that what you want? Is there anything that needs to be evaluated, reevaluated, looked into? It's like this. Do you like the vegetables that are growing in the garden, or would you prefer they be something else? And if you prefer they be something else, how do we go about planting different seeds? Right, because your actions are the seeds that you sow. And this is also an emphasis too. It's like if you do appreciate, if you do like what it is that you're seeing around you, it's about like continuing to do these things because you feel good about that, because you feel nourished by what has manifested from the seeds of your actions. Seems too like this reflection time is allowing you to focus on desires, dreams, hopes, things that you want. Can also be a time where you're reevaluating, like, hey, I used to want that, and maybe that's not so relevant to my journey anymore. Maybe I want this thing over here. Maybe, like, I feel there is a space for this particular thing now to enter into my life rather than that other thing that, like, maybe I don't need that anymore. Maybe this is something that I can remove in order to make space for something that I would rather have, something that I want more. Being on the lookout for things that you want. It's like through this process of reflection, what it looks like to me is that you have taken action in many different ways. A lot has come from that. So it's like you're sitting among the product of what it is that you have created for yourself. And within this space of sitting, where right now you're not meant to be doing anything except like looking at this stuff, analyzing it, and asking yourself like, hey, all of that stuff that I spent my like energetic money on, was it worth it to me? Or are there things that I want? And it's really about also learning from these things that have transpired and also asking yourself too, do I want to continue these actions because I want more of that in my life, or do I want to switch something up to like manifest something else, something different? Do I feel like there's something that I want that I don't have, and how do I go about taking action to accrue that within my life through the choices that I'm making? Giving yourself time to really check in and be like, what do I want here? What am I looking for? learning through reflection and introspection. I am seeing a tower, and it looks to me like this is connected with, so it's like you're reflecting, right? You're checking in with yourself. You're asking yourself, like, what do I want? What do I have right now that I want to keep? Where do I feel like there's room within my life to like go after this thing? So when it comes to like desires that you have, wishes, dreams, things like that, hopes, learning more and more about that, what I'm getting is that through this like even self-study that you're doing here, Gemini, something pops up that you weren't expecting, and it even feels like this lights a fire underneath you with the Mars energy. And also to have the Page of Wands, it's like maybe you hadn't been expecting to like be inspired to go in this direction. However, it's becoming very clear, very obvious to you that like this is something that you want to go after now. But that may have not been something that was on your radar before. And it seems like this is really a moment of understanding the value of pausing, disconnecting from the people around you, and checking in with you and like what you actually want. So it's like rather than studying what's around you, it's this moment of studying what's going on within you, what it is that you really want. I get too that this is kind of a moment where like you've been living your life and there's a lot that has like come that you have done for yourself. A lot of times where like you've needed to step up and like you're the one relying on yourself, and you're the one that's really taken charge of a lot of things. And it seems like this is a moment where rather than proceeding to take more action, we reflect on what is motivating us to take action in the first place, and how our decisions can drive us towards meeting our newly evaluated goals that we have. As I said before, there is a moment here where it seems like there is something that you're going to be pursuing that I don't think you had been expecting this to pop up. I'm getting this notion again, something being like under the radar. It was something that may not have occurred to you before, and then it's like, wow, that feeling is there. And to feel like that sense of passion and vigor and like wanting to go towards something. But it's like it's not something that may have been realized until there was this checking within, this reflection. And I'm getting like a key component of this is also like disconnecting from like all of the outward input, turning back in with yourself and having that conversation about what it is that you want. So I'm seeing now, it's this moment where something is sparked within you, and you're like, that thing over there, that's the direction that I want to go in, that's what I'm going after. Now there's this moment where it feels like it was a big shift to get to this point, and now we can take the time to plan out like what are the steps we need to take in order to get there. And also, who do I want to come along with me on my journey, if anybody? What I'm getting as well is that this can be a relationship. It can be a particular type of relationship. This can also be a passion that you want to pursue as well with the Lovers. It's like feeling this motivation and feeling like you've passed a test in a way where something that you may have felt restricted by until you reflected, you are now getting the pass to go through because you kind of like took the steps that you needed to take. Feels very much like according to Saturn here. It seems like this is going to bring about a change for you. There may even be a moment as well where you get like more vocal about possibly something that you want to decline. I'm seeing that be upcoming. This moment that feels unexpected, that kind of like hits you out of nowhere, it seems like it's going to bring a lot of clarity to you. And maybe clarity that you didn't even realize you needed. It's like this tower brings information, it brings direction. It even seems in a way like it's a mirror for your consciousness, reflecting like maybe something subconscious as well, bringing this to the forefront about where it is that you're feeling called. This feels important too because if you were experiencing maybe a lapse even in motivation, wanting to feel that fire and feeling maybe like nothing was really speaking to you, or that you were like losing motivation, not really feeling that, this feels like a moment where you become very, very inspired, where you're just like you're struck by something, and it proves as a driving force for you, and it is really opening a new chapter, and one where it seems like you're going on more of a journey with yourself here, and one where you do want to be checking into and recognizing as well the importance of that, and how being led by that internal voice puts you in alignment with a path that feels very much like it is unique to you and your journey, something that feels like it fits rather than trying to fit to the path. It's like finding the path that fits to you. So, and as well, feeling like you're getting some sort of return because you're working towards something that you want, so it's worth it to you. It's like being willing to show up and put in the energy because you know that what you're going to get at the end of it is well worth it. I'm seeing that it seems very much like everything is on time, on schedule for you to be ending up exactly where you want to be going here. So whatever it is that you're doing, keep doing it, keep checking within. I'm seeing this be like in the very center of the spread. I'm seeing it be very, very important. When you feel like you're having a hard time deciphering what it is that you're hearing internally, it's time to disconnect and check back in with yourself, and that is going to tell you what the next steps are to be taken here. So you really doing this on your own when it comes to the direction that you're listening to, that voice for you, very important to be checking within. Because it's going to tell you how to get exactly to where it is you're trying to go. It looks like a very good outcome here, a very successful outcome for what it is that you want. I'm looking at Virgo, Mars, Saturn, and Gemini. I'm also looking at Scorpio and High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. Okay, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for joining. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.